Welcome to the South's first television station, WTVR-TV, Channel 6.
Hi, I'm Julie Bragg here with Wayne Covil, the senior reporter Wayne Covil, and we're sharing some of our memories of CBS 6 over the years. And some of you may not know, I've been hanging around this place longer than Wayne Covil. I just kind of kept coming and going because I first stepped into this very room when I was about a freshman in high school. And I was chosen to be on the For Kids' Sake show, a Saturday morning kids show that we did. And it was awesome. And when I walked into the news studio, which wasn't here at the time, I was like, this is what I want to do. But Wayne and I actually met when I was an intern.
Long time ago.
I think I interned one summer. It was probably my second summer interning when you started here in
December 1st, 1992.
1992. And I remember one of my memories of you then was the tornado.
Yeah.
That hit. And I remember
August 6, 1993.
I remember the craziness of the newsroom and everybody communicating with you, and it was wild.
On the two-way radio,
yeah.
The news director said, I don't care how you get here. I don't care if you drive through a ditch, but get the tape here. And it was a hard thing to do, but I think August 6th, that's got to be the date that I will always remember every aspect of what was going on then. I really will. I mean, it's unbelievable. It was just unbelievable.
And communication was a challenge for the first responders and everyone, right?
Yeah, no, there was very early on with cell phones, so nobody really had cell phones. I, at one point, was on a payphone.
Nice.
Yeah, on a payphone outside the Dixie restaurant.
Until you ran out of quarters.
No, I actually called, got through, had one of the waitresses from the Dixie held the phone while I actually circled the block and came back to the phone. I mean, it was just crazy. And that was just me in Old Town. That had nothing to do with what was going on in Colonial Heights, right. At the Walmart, and then of course Prince George, and then into Hopewell.
So it was years later that Wayne and I ended up reuniting out in the field, and I told him, and I said, you probably don't remember me because I had this long curly permed hair or whatever, but you were always...
And I said, of course I do.
You were always so kind and generous. I mean, that's who you are, and I was really excited that then we got to work together and become friends.
Yeah. A lot of water under the bridge since then.
And a lot of my CBS 6 memories go along with growing up here and listening to CBS 6 on the radio when we used to have that
the old 87.7.
Yeah, because my mom used to listen to all the soap operas. And that's actually why we were a CBS 6 family, because my mom was so dedicated to the soap operas. And then, of course, when I came here and did the Saturday morning kids show and was an intern, it was like, this has always been home for me.
Having the audio carrier at the end of the dial was wonderful for live shots and all sorts of things. I mean, it was nice to be able to hear what was going on.
I used to
But the digital age changed that.
It sure did. It changed so much. So when you look at your career here,
25 plus.
25 plus, you've seen such a huge change in technology. I mean, we all have in the industry, but you've gotten to see it at one place.
Yeah. Well, I started out at Channel 9 in North Carolina, was there 4.5 years, and saw some changes there. But the biggest changes are definitely here from, when we had the Bureau for 11.5 years in Petersburg. That started out as nothing more than a space at the top of an elevator shaft with a deck and a button to press for the microwave, which it's not the microwave you make popcorn in, it was the transmitter, but you literally would climb these round stairs into where the top of an elevator was.
And that's where you went live?
No, that's where you fed your video back.
Okay.
And then I kind of kept taking over more and more of that 7-story building thanks to the patents, and we finally got an office in there, and then finally you go live from Petersburg at the press of a button. And I think the memories that a lot of people have of me are standing on that bank roof for those 11.5 years in snowstorms with my hat on.
Yeah.
And that was just a great shot. Yeah. But technology, then you were all you're either tethered to the roof with technology, or you're tethered to a truck with technology, and now it's all in a bag with cell phone service.
It's wild. It's like that old Saturday Night Live skit with Al Franken when he walked around and could go live, with the satellite dish in his head. But I mean, technology has allowed us to do that.
And the cameras have shrank.
Yes. Which is good for your shoulders and your back and your arms.
And my age. I mean, when I started out, you're probably talking anywhere from 50 to 60 pounds, at least.
Yes.
At least. And now we're
the camera and a deck, right?
Camera and the deck, and the big tripod, and the big belt for the light. And now you're down to probably less than 10 pounds.
That's amazing.
It is, and the video quality is just incredible.
You know, and I think that, you know, we have an interesting perspective, as a lot of Richmonders do, of watching Richmond and the Tri-Cities change. And when I think of Richmond now and I look at what we're known for and our restaurants and our breweries and the national attention that we get, it's just, and you know, where VCU has climbed to its notoriety, it's just really awesome.
You know, Petersburg, you know, after the tornado, it took a decade for it to really start coming back. And forget about the financial issue, but like the history and Old Town Petersburg and the restaurants and then the microbreweries and the coffee shops and just everything, the restaurants down there are just fantabulous. And then, you know, you look at Prince George County pulls in Rolls Royce. They looked the entire world, and then they've come there. And of course, you know, I have great memories of covering New Millennium Studios with Tim and Daphne Reed. I mean, it was not about meeting stars. It was just fun seeing the different things and how they were shot down there and meeting just some fabulous people. And the movie industry is something we've seen grow here in the Richmond area and in the Commonwealth.
Well, and people here love to talk to you because I say, at least weekly, that Wayne Covil gets the best interviews with just regular folks on the street. They always have something to say and they share it with you. And I love watching your stories every day.
There are a lot of good people out there, and that's probably the fun part of the job, is just so many people that you meet. You know, and I had a lot of fun memories at the drag strip in Dinwiddie and the national events coming back there and meeting some of the drivers, and that's fun. But you know, the people we meet are different every day. I mean, it's not like a 9-to-5 job anywhere else. I mean, you go out there and you just meet so many wonderful people, and I think that's what makes the stories, and that is what makes 25 years here go by so quick. It's just lots of good memories with lots of people.
Well, and we have to thank everybody at home for that. So here's to another 70 years, even if you and I won't see them all.
Won't see them all. I'm hoping we see some of them, though.
But it's great to celebrate this place that's become home for us.
South's first television station, WTVR.
We love it.